Good morning, Airsofters! It is I, Phoenix, with Phoenix Rising Airsoft, and today we are going to do a product review of the Cyma G18C AEP, Air Electric Pistol. Cyma has had this around for a while. One of the original ones was the Tokyo Maru. Cyma also has made an updated version, which is available on some websites. Nothing that I could find statewide. I will post a link for the site where if you want to look at it, you can. It is over in the UK, tiger111.hk. But today we are going to go over what comes in the box, about the gun, reliability, and some add-ons that you can get. So, I have owned 3 in my time of playing Airsoft. Currently, I still have 2. My original one, I had gotten rid of a couple months after I took a dip chest deep in the swamps of Balhack. Wasn't sure how reliable it was still going to be after being submerged. But I have gone back to it, and I am happy to say that I do have my order for Novritsch's electric version of the Glock. Hopefully I'll receive that next week, and I will do a product review of that gun, and then possibly do a side-by-side of the two. What parts might be interchangeable or usable on Novritsch's. So let's get into the gun. Like I said, I have 2. This one here, I had gotten from one of my friends. It's a little older than the one that is in front of it. And as you can see, it looks like your standard. It has the finger grips like a G17, but this is a G18. What makes it different from one another is that it has this switch right here, which is semi-auto and fully automatic. Yes, this gun does go fully automatic. From my original one that I used, effective range, pretty accurate to about 50 feet, but you can still hit people at about the 80 to 90 feet range. It feels nice. It has a good feel in your hand. Trigger might feel a little spongy, but it's not. I don't have a battery in it right now. And let me grab one of those and I'll show you how we put the battery in. But like I said, I have 2. This one right here is looking a little, looks like it's had a little wear and tear on it. This one I use for my apocalyptic events. So it does have a very damaged, not damaged to the point that it can't be used, but it has wear marks, it has some rust marks. I got a little carried away because the top slide is metal in a true Glock, and the bottom is polymer. So I may have to go back and do a little touching up on this bad boy to kind of take away the rust, but it's for the feel of the event, so I run with it. We're going to take this one away for right now, and we're going to go with the original one. So I did have to pause for a moment so I could grab the battery because I had that in my ammo can where I store all my batteries. This is the stock battery that comes with it. It is a nickel hydrate battery. It is a, let's see if we can get this to focus. Maybe not. Maybe let me pull it away. It is a 7.2 volt, 500 milliamp battery. So to put the battery into the gun, on the back, you press in and the top rail comes off, or the top slide comes off. Get this out of the way. And right in here, there is an arrow on the end of the battery. So you can't mess up putting the battery in. Arrow down. It is a very tight space. They designed this For this battery to fit in snug, as you can see, takes up the whole front right here. Your hop up is right here. It's a dial hop up. It's a very firm hop up, so you don't have to worry once you have it set of it loosening and wiggling so your hop up ends up being thrown off. To put this back in place on the top slide, you want to make sure that you have it in semi. Slide that over the front there. Watch out for this little piece right here. This little tab is how you do eject the battery out of the slot that holds it in place. And boom. Top is back on. Now, the gun does come with one battery, one stick-type magazine, fully metal. These are very accessible to buy extras or replacements if you happen to lose one while playing. And they're not that expensive. They range about $12 to $14 depending where you get them from. They hold 30 rounds, or you can get a extended version of the mag, which holds 100 rounds. So we're going to start with the extended mag, and slides in, locks in place. Very firm, very good. If you like the extended look, you've got plenty of rounds in there. You got 100 rounds, depending on how much you fire your sidearm. You should be good. Or if you just like the look of having that longer piece, 2 of these should do you good for most matches in a game before having to reload. Has a nice mag release right there where my thumb is. And the stock mags sit flush. Has a good feel. Does have a safety on the side right there. You press that down, it will not fire. Press it up, it will fire. There is, which I did not notice till I started messing with the mag, that there is 1 round left in it. So we're not going to fire that right now. It does come, this is the charger that came with it. It does not have a charging cable because the cable that came with it is not going to fit in your wall outlet here in the US. It is meant for over in Europe. It has a funky type prongs on it. And my current charger, the Airsoft Gremlins, they've taken it somewhere in my house and I have to find it. I've torn the house apart and have yet to find it, but it'll turn up. If not, I'll order another one off of Evike, Amazon. The chargers for these are not hard to find and they're about $15. Additional things, it does come with a battery. The stock Cyma battery is okay. You can go, I purchased from Amazon. The first one is this bad boy right here. I got a couple of them and they were about $15, $16 a piece. They are still a 7.2 500 milliamp battery, but it is identical to the battery that came with it. And then this is actually, I did get a Tokyo Maru battery from Amazon. That must have been a really odd one because, well, there it is. That is also a 7.2 500 milliamp battery. With these, the batteries are pretty good. One charge, you should get the entire day of gameplay out of it. Just depends on how much you like to use your sidearm. So I always find rule of thumb, 1, you have none. 2, you have 1, so on and so forth. So just to be on the safe side, I have 4 batteries. But you say you have 2 guns. I don't use both of them at the same time. Like I said, one is solely for my Wasteland events. The other one is for normal gameplay. And overall, I have used CO2 blowback pistols, half blowback. I've used green gas pistols. I had, when I started out, a green gas version of one of the Glocks. And green gas, great for the spring, summer, early fall, when the temperature doesn't drop below 40 degrees out. Once you start getting down below 50 into the lower 40s, 30s, green gas is, once you pull the trigger, you are going to vent all of your green gas. CO2 is good during the wintertime. It's also good during the summertime. Talking with people over the years, they say, though, they tend to use green gas during the summer because CO2 makes their guns shoot a little hotter than normal. I've never run into a problem with any CO2 guns that I've run. I just try to steer clear of CO2 guns for the most part. And you're going to say, Phoenix, you have 2 CO2 Schofields. Yes, those Schofields are for one event specific. Or if I get frisky during a wasteland event, I might break one out. But those are for the Wild West event. I am going to run these, and I'm going to run the heck out of the Novritsch AEP when I get it. So this does have the nice painted your rear sight on it, has the nice white painted, as well as the front sight has, if you can see it there, has that nice white dot there. So sighting it, not a problem. For looks, realism, it looks identical, 1-to-1, with a real Glock. Weight, about the same, 1-to-1. This will fit in most Glock 17, 18, 19 holsters. Let me grab a couple and we'll show you those first. So I just went through all the holsters to ensure which ones it will fit in. And I have ruled out 4 out of 6 holsters I have. This holster here, I'm not sure who makes it. It was given to me for helping someone out. It has a nice thumb release for keeping it secure in there. The G18 does fit in it really snug. It does have a MOLLE adapter on this. But as you can see, it's really tough to pull out. So I'm going to have to see when Novritsch's one comes in and see how that works in that. But I do have here, this is a Blackhawk Level 2 Serpro holster for a Glock. And this one, no problem. Has a little bit of wiggle, but it's not coming out. It is locked in there. I mean, I am pulling on that thing and it's not coming out. Comes out very smoothly. So I believe this is a G19 holster. So if you're not sure, you can get holsters like this. Walmart carries them. I'm sure your local airsoft store may have something similar. You can go to Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, any of your local gun stores. And if you're not sure if it will fit or their return policies, check with them to see if you can bring your airsoft replica in. Obviously, leave the battery out, leave the mag out, show them that it is airsoft, and just tell them, hey, I want to see if I can find a holster that will fit it. When I went to Bass Pro Shop years ago and did that, they did not have any problem, and I was able to sit there in the aisle and find the right one that fit it properly, so I wasn't having to force it in or have a hard time pulling it out. Most important thing with these AEPs, you don't have to worry about it chronoing too hot or too low. They're meant for close quarters. You're not going to get 250 feet out of it. You're not going to snipe someone halfway across the field with it. It's for being up close, personal, down and dirty. So we're going to move on to the chronoing of the gun. So you can see the average of what this gun chronos at. Like I said, best part, it is electric, so it is going to be good to go all year round. You don't have to worry about carrying extra CO2 cylinders or green gas with you. Green gas, unless you have a lot of mags. I've seen players over the years that they've kept their green gas so they could reload their mag with them in their dump pouch or in their backpack on the field while they're playing. That's kind of why I keep going back to these right here. I put a battery in and I'm good to go. Now we're going to move out into the garage again and we're going to do a chrono on it. All right, so now we're back in the garage, ready to do chrono on it. One of the things that is nice about these mags, they are double stack. Right now, I only have 18 rounds loaded in it. So for those of you that like to use Airsoft to practice for your job field that you are in, if it's law enforcement, security, the private sector, whatever it may be, you can definitely load these or any other pistol that has a mag capacity greater than what a true version, a real steel version has. So this, I'm simulating that this is like a true G18, that once I put this in, there'll be 17 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. So I'm going to load the gun and we're going to chrono it. And first round did not register. Let's turn this off and turn this back on. And we're going to try it for round 2. $208. $201. $268.9. $168.9. $168.9. I'm going to move back a little bit and see if that changes. Gotta watch out for ricochets. 185.8. So we're going to full auto. So on full auto, the last round that passed through was at 193.6. So yes, this gun will shoot below, just below 200 FPS. So it is going to be legal on any field you go to. And if you didn't notice when I was firing it, how crisp and snappy it sounds. That's semi, and for full auto, yes, it does sound that it's a little loud, but it's not bad. I like it. So I did push this video ahead of my product review of the Crytek P90, only because I was super stoked for seeing Novritsch's video from a show he was at this past weekend, and said that his SSP E18 was available for order overseas and would be hitting the US within the next 2 weeks. It did drop yesterday on the US website to order. So if you're interested in getting one, go to his website and check it out. I will put a link for Tiger in the description of this video if you want to check out the Cyma version 1 or version 2. I'm going to say that they're 1 for 1, Novritsch's and Cyma's. Novritsch has put a few more upgrades into his. I don't have a version 2 of the Cyma to be able to compare his to that one. But when I was looking on Tiger's website this morning, I will let you know that the price point is about $79 US. Shipping is probably, it's going to take a little bit longer to get to you here in the States. And by the time with the shipping charges, you're probably looking at maybe about $20 to $30 shipping. So make the decision. Check out Novritsch's website for the SSP18, and the link for Tiger's website will be in the description for where I got the lovely G18C. And one thing I did forget to say, there are no trademarks on this whatsoever. There is nothing that says Glock. It looks like a Glock, but there are no markings. So this is a non-trademarked gun. As always, airsofters, stay safe, stay frosty, play hard, and look out for more product review videos from Phoenix Rising Airsoft.